Hey, what's up? Finally back in the garage. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna try to finish up what we started 3 videos ago, because shit fails. Shit's not gonna work. So we're gonna try it. Ordered a lot of parts, by the way. I think the last video I showed you guys I ordered a bunch of grommets and stuff like that. All that stuff finally came in. So grommets, flex tubing, all that's gonna go in the car, and then hopefully we get the harness fired up and we get the HIDs to fire up. If we get HIDs fired up, that would be an awesome end to this video. But anyways, it's drink of the week. I think drink of the day. There it is. Not sponsored by them. I just like drinking them. Alright, so that's my drink. And also it's Thanksgiving weekend, or today. It's actually Thanksgiving day today. So Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to everybody that's watching this either today or Friday or a week later. Happy Thanksgiving to all our troops that are abroad. They can't come home and enjoy it with their families. So if you're actually one of those guys, send me a comment below, so I know there's actually people out there watching overseas, that type of stuff. So this video is going to be for you guys, the guys that are away from home. Alright, without further ado, let's get this thing crackling. This is what I got. Alright, I'm probably gonna sand that leather off. I don't like that. Probably do a wrinkle black on that top piece too. But anyhow, we got the negative going right down to the chassis. Grounded that off, bolted that in. The big 12mm bolt should be enough to drive 100 amps or whatever you need. I kept the this is one thing I decided to do, is keep the terminals, the cone terminals or the brass terminals, because there's been times where if you bolt it down with just a bolt, you can't get to the battery to get power if you need power for anything, or if you or say if you the battery's dead, you want to charge it, you can't get to it. So I left these. I'll probably cover that one up in a bit with something, but exposed terminals, so that way you can clip onto them for jump starting people, or if you need to jump start yourself. And then I got that. This is the alternator. So alternator comes back and it touches that directly. So that loops like that with the flex conduit, and it goes underneath and it snakes around. You kind of see it in there a little bit. Kind of went there a little bit, and it goes all the way up to the front. It's not terminated on the other end yet, but it will be. And here's the more interesting one, I think. This one kind of snakes around like that. Let me get my keys. That's my key. Snakes around, goes into a box, a fuse box. I don't know if you can see that, but it goes into that box. And then comes through the wall, comes out to this. That's how you turn your car on and off. So I think that's on. That's off. All falls out. So that's on. And then it goes right back. So you see how these look like that. Some people don't want a close up, so there you go. There's your close up. And then it goes back, comes up, and it goes all the way to the front. Let me show you guys the front. So this is the front. So basically it comes in between here, runs this way, comes to this bus right here. And the reason why I'm doing this the way I am is because once you get a very centralized piece of power, you can run whatever you want off of it. So if we ever say if we ever wanted to run like gauge pods or radios or anything like that in the car, which we probably will one day, it's really easy to get to 12 volts. 12 volts is right there, and it's like the strongest 12 volts you will ever need, because it's literally tied to a giant cable that goes to your battery. So that's why we do it. And this is the other end for the alternator. Still got to run that through a hole somewhere, maybe that one right out to the alternator. But anyways, that's my bus. I mounted it there. I was gonna mount all these other pieces too, on the other areas too, but I couldn't drill through it and get a nut on the other side. So that's the exhaust tunnel right there. Put it right there, and it's still in a centralized location, so I can run it to you know, whatever thing I want to run to it later. So that's what I got right now. Let's wire up the fuse box, and hopefully we can turn the key, and hopefully our lights turn on. So that's the... Alright, so I don't know if this is me or what it is, but for some reason I'm always the dude that has to buy something brand new, and I feel like I'm the guinea pig every time, because this connector that I showed you guys last time, oops, let me pick it up. This connector from Password JDM, I ordered it like I said 5-6 years ago. It's only got 4 wires sticking out of it, and you need 5. So what I had to do was I had to actually put in my own spade connector and run the wire out of it. I don't know, man. There's no bueno password. Hopefully you guys fixed that already, but there's no way that would work. And the one that's missing is this one. Like this one is still missing. You gotta put a spade connector in there. But that's the one for the HID. That's the one for the HID. That's the most important one. If they don't have it in there. So I don't know. Guess who's stuck with the problem, and guess who's gotta fix it? This guy. Alright guys, it is about 10 o'clock on Friday, and I'm pretty burned out. I've been working on it for, I don't know, like 12 hours. On and off. 12 hours, maybe, you know, actually 8 hours of good quality time. Let me show you guys what I got. So, this is not the final product, but this is just mocking things up. So we got things taped, rounded. That's the radiator. It's plugged up with my connector I was telling you guys about. Still gotta tape some more. That's done. That is pretty much needs to be taped like the other side, but I'm just pretty much burnt, so I'm good for now. Just found out how to wire up got a good idea on how to wire up the fog lights, but as of right now, headlights work. It's been like 5 years since we've seen these headlights turn on. Look at this. Look at this. Shit looks good. Sucker looks good. Okay, so keep an eye on the lights, right? This is the okay, so let me step back 1 second. So there, I wired up my own wire to the power. Right there, that you can see. Comes through the dash. Right here. Comes down that way. And comes to the power block. Power block has a cover on it also. Just took it off in a minute. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. It's gonna be covered up like this. What is that? It's actually pretty neat. These 2 little black screws on, black caps, so it's actually pretty well protected. Okay, I don't know what the other side's at, but that's my power. And the other side, that's the alternator. I don't have the wire up yet. Go to the back. Nothing unusual. Seen that already, right? My tail lights are on. And this is the cool part. Okay, so when you flip the switch, it should kill everything. Switch is out. Headlights are off. Everything is off. Okay, so you don't need the engine to be on to test this. This is just strictly, there's 2 electrical systems on a car. This kills everything. So, this back. How does this work? Okay, put it back. Everything's back on. Everything's back on. See? And yeah, my headlights need a little polish and love, but haven't seen these headlights in like 5 years, so for me that's a big accomplishment for today. This is Black Friday. I'll continue to work on it more, but for the most part I'm done for the night. Check it out. We got the high beams on too. high beams, city lights. Well, let me show you guys city lights. Take that corner bulbs out. There you go. City lights. There it is. You gotta make it seem darker to see it. But, you know, you guys get the drift. Right, so we gotta do the fog lights and then we'll do the engine next. Here's my body man. Doing fishing. You guys catch anything?
Oh, I caught like a slab, a big one.
Just one?
Not a couple. Probably like